What's up, YouTube? DriftTilTheEnd here, coming at you with the video. This one's about the collision that happened about a little less than 2 weeks ago in a Walmart parking lot. Now, I was just out of boxing. I went to go get some body wash, parked in the empty parking lot at Walmart, and I guess some lady was driving her car. It looked like she was going straight to leave, and then she turned. My car's like this, and she faced me. And from like 200 feet away, she's just getting closer and closer. I'm in park, I can't move. And I'm like, I thought she was going to go around or something. She keeps going straight. And I'm just like, beep, beep, beep. She doesn't even slow down at all. And she just crashes right into me. Now, I'm going to show some pictures at the end so you can see. It knocked my car back because it was in park. And you could see the brake screeches on the ground. The brake marks, like, of pulling my tire. I got out of the car. I was really pissed because it's like almost like a deliberate hit, you know. But I retained my composure. I got the license plate first, just in case anyone tries to drive off. The first thing you want to do is get the license plate. I walked around and I was calm, and I saw someone in there, and I said, "Hey, are you okay?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she gets out of the car, and I'm like, "What's going on with you? It's an empty parking lot. You just hit me." And she's like, "Oh, I hit you? I thought we hit each other." I said, "Oh no, I was parked. I didn't even move." And I was getting it in her head like, "No, definitely we didn't hit each other. You hit me." And then finally she's like, "Oh, I don't know. I was just scared. I never drive late." She was like in her 70s. And so I called the police, and they wouldn't come out at first because they said, "Oh, we only come out if there's an injury." And I said, "Well, I'm not sure if I'm injured yet. I might be injured." And they're like, "Well, if you're not sure, that means you're not injured." And then I said, "Well, I want an officer out here." And they kept saying no. And he said, "Well, are you in any pain?" And I said, "Yeah, my elbows." Because my elbows actually did feel some impact, but I wasn't needing medical attention necessarily. So I said, "Yeah, my elbows hurt." So the police came out, and they made a report, which is good. Because then they send that back to DMV, and I don't get an unidentified accident on my record. You can go back to another video, my DMV rant, where I got an unidentified accident for some wheel that popped off and hit my car, and it was 100% their fault, and they claimed their fault, and the insurance did too. The insurance paid out, and still it's unidentified because there was no police report. So that's why it's so important to have a police report. Okay, so anyways, then I'm like, "Are you okay, lady?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm scared. I don't drive late." She's like 5 foot, driving a GMC Terrain. Like, she could barely see over the steering wheel. So she gets her husband to come out. I think she was on some medication or something too. She gets her husband to come out, and he apologizes, but he doesn't admit fault at first. And he's like, "Okay, well, the insurance is going to deal with it." So then the guy from Walmart, he's like the manager, he runs out and he's like, "Hey man, are you guys okay?" And it was way late, and we're like, "Yeah, we're okay." He's like, "I'm gonna try to pull the footage." He's like, "It's kind of far back in the parking lot, so I don't know if it's gonna grab it, but I'm gonna try to get it." So, after I talk to the police, they keep her and they let me go. And then I go back and I'm like, "Hey man, did you get the footage?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got it." And I'm like, "Oh, let me get it." And he's like, "Oh, I can't give it to you. I can give it to the police or the insurance." And I said, "Oh, that's perfect, man. Thank you." So I take his name, and I go back out to the police and tell them they have the footage. And so I asked the police to go get it. I don't know if they did to this day, because I called the officer and she didn't respond back to my message, which is really frustrating. Whatever. So today I am going to turn this car into the Nissan collision, because it was through State Farm, her insurance, and they wanted me to go through Gerber collision, and I'm like, "Oh, hell no." So whenever you get in an accident, you want to go to your dealership, because if you go to their place, first of all, you don't know if the work's being done correctly. Second of all, you can get aftermarket parts, which I want, original parts from Nissan on my thing, on my vehicle. So I'm headed to Nissan, and then Enterprise, they're gonna give me a rental through Enterprise. They first wanted me to go through Hertz, but I've heard a bad reputation. I've never rented from Hertz, but I've heard bad things. So I said, "No, I don't want to go through Hertz. I want to go through Enterprise." So I guess they hooked that up for me. 5 days. It's going to be more than 5 days, because they ordered the parts that were in the estimate, but it wasn't for a new hood yet because the Gerber collision guy said that, like, oh, well, we might be able to get it out like new. He's not 100% sure, so he didn't put in an estimate. But they're going to need a new hood because I'm going to show you right now the impact of this accident. Alright, so let me show you the damage that happened. See that on the hood? So here, let's see the whole car. There it is. And then there's the hood. That's pretty deep there. I got slammed into. And then down there, there's some damage. The inside of the headlight was damaged too. You can't see it because it's behind. But yeah, that's the impact. Alright, so this is the Nissan Altima 2018 that I winded up with. And this is the rental, of course. There's the inside of it. So yeah, it's pretty nice. There's the paperwork, my contract for liability for this thing. So there it is. I'm happy with it. Alright, so now I'm in my rental. I will be in this thing for 5 days estimated. So give or take a couple days depending on how long it takes for the Nissan Juke to get back in order. I want to thank you for watching my video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Comment below. Let me hear what's on your mind, your thoughts about this whole collision. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. And thanks for tuning in. I got to get back home. Peace.